This is Mason Weaver, and I've been thinking about this Las Vegas attacks. I've been watching the news, listening to the politicians, listening to the news, and I'm beginning to wonder, maybe it's not a motive at all. Could it be possible? Could it be that this guy is just off center? The press and the politicians and the professional thinkers, the psychologists and psychiatrists, they're all trying to find a solution and conclusion so they can write great books and get good ratings and have you watch. Human nature, folks. Don't forget, a politician is a human. A reporter is a human. The owner of the news is a human. So they may very well be trying to do things based on their own personal needs. This guy was very intelligent. This guy was very successful. This guy functioned very well in society. He planned and thought out things. He acted normally. He functioned in society normally. There was no signs. No one knew what was going on except him. Perhaps there was something going on in his brain. Brain tumor, aneurysm, whatever it is. We may never know because he put a gun in his head and blew the back of his head off. We may never know. They've had an autopsy already. What's wrong with not knowing? This guy obviously was not crazy. His girlfriend said he was screaming in bed. We don't know if that's true or not. We don't know. But we know he really planned this. But what I'm concerned about, the habit I'm looking at, is the fact that he brought all those guns, all the ammunition, to that hotel room. Hundreds of pounds of rifles and ammunition to the hotel room, as if he had planned on escaping. That seems to be a common theme. You notice lately these guys have all these guns with them, knowing you can't get away. He was going to die in that room, but he still planned. His car had hundreds of pounds of ammunition in his car, an explosive in his car, as if he envisioned getting into his car and riding away and shooting out with the police. He knew he wasn't going to escape, but he still put the mechanism in play as if he was going to have a long standoff with the police. He put cameras in the hallway, so he expected the police to be there. This guy was functioning very highly, but something went wrong in his brain or in his spirit. Something clicked, and no one around here would know, and no one around you would know what's going on in your life. The guy could be just off a little taste. He was quiet, withdrawn, not sociable. You may never know what went on in his mind. That's why it's important for us to recognize these politicians, all they want to do, folks, is change and control. The news, all they want you to do is sit there and watch TV so they can sell ads. That could be their motivation. What's the motivation about constant 24-hour coverage of this guy, the same news over and over again, nothing new? While the whole world is going on around us, we're still practicing this, trying to find out the motive of this nut in Las Vegas. The guy had a problem, folks. How can you govern against that kind of problem? How can you do anything other than restrict us? How can you do anything other than take my guns away, restrict the kind of guns I can buy, take up my time to pat me down to go into a hotel? It's always, always lack of freedom. Every solution is lack of freedom. Every time they scare you, the solution is take more of your freedom away. That is their job. Folks, there's nothing magical about the ability to pass a civil service exam that makes you caring. Passing a civil service exam does not make you an expert, doesn't make you caring, doesn't make you compassionate. It makes you an employee. You're trying to keep your job, to take care of your kids, and buy the car and take your wife on a vacation. That's the motivation of most people that are employed. Don't think because it's a cop or a DA or a news anchor that they're trying to help you. They may be, but they're humans. And humans want to control and take care of their environment. A politician, a government employee, serves the government, not you. An anchor for a news agency serves the news, not you. You may get some benefits out of it, but folks, don't believe the only thing going on in the news right now is this guy's motive. They're trying to determine the motive. They will never know the motive. So, my friends, it's okay to leave the plantation, but you can't leave and still depend on master to tell you where freedom is. You can't leave the plantation and allow Mass to tell you who to associate with. People are afraid now. I'm getting Facebook messages about, Mason, there should be a way to determine if the guy is buying all these guns. There should be a way to track this and determine if he's buying all these guns. So what if he's buying the guns? Why is that something that the public or the police should be looking at? I may want to buy 20 guns a month. What's wrong with that? Why is that suspect? It wasn't the guns. It was something going on in this guy's mind. There's something going on. And we don't want to say what it could be. It could be spiritual. It could be darkness. It could be evil. Evil is real, but it's not like the air that floats around. Evil is directed by Satan. It's directed. It's controlled. Now, I don't believe in crazy people. I do believe in dynamic activity. I don't think every dynamic activity is associated with obsession. I don't believe that you are oppressed. I think sometimes they might not even influence you from within you. They could be influencing you from outside of you. But it's real. This guy, remember folks, this guy functioned in society normally. He moved among us while he was buying ammunition. He moved among us while he was in the hotel acting normal, while he's dragging up these 400 pounds of ammunition in his car. He looked like a normal guy. He was wealthy. He was older. I don't know if he was Antifa. I don't know if he attended any Democratic meetings. I don't care about that. This guy had an imbalance in his life. This guy had something going on in his psyche. This guy didn't snap. This guy evolved into what he was. And nobody would have ever seen it coming. Nobody would have ever noticed John acting crazy. John is strange. Nobody. You will not find out what's going on with this guy. I predict you will not find a motive. You will not find a trail somewhere. Nobody on the planet but him know why he did it. Not an accomplice, not someone that drove him there, not the Uber driver. Nobody would know. Settle down, America. Don't let them take away more of your power. Don't let them take away more of your guns. Why can't I have an automatic weapon? Folks, if people attack my house right now, I'm on 15 acres of land. I got an 85-foot long driveway. If I'm attacked here, what I do for a living, I upset everybody. Why wouldn't I want an automatic rifle to defend my family? Why is it that I don't have to? And the purpose of the Second Amendment is you're protecting yourself against an out-of-control government. So why wouldn't the government not want to take away your automatic weapons? It's not the gun, not the weapon, not the stock. It's a mental problem with that guy. And the more crazy folks we have in our society, the more I want an automatic weapon. So Americans, just relax. Let's worry about this hurricane coming up the Gulf right now. Let's worry about ending healthcare tyranny over our lives. Let's worry about ending the tax form that makes us slave to our government. Let's try to correct the idea of you working all your life for your home, and when you die, your government give your kids a bill for the house. That's evil. You work all your life for the home. You pay taxes every year. You pay taxes on every blade of grass that you plant. You pay taxes on every coat of paint on the wall. You keep your home nice and clean and upgrade your community all your life. And then you die and your government gives your children a tax bill on your home. That's evil. I don't worry about this guy too much. I don't worry about going in the crowds. I don't look at high-rise buildings when I walk by. I know that is a 1 in a billion nut who did this. When I look at the real danger, is the media pointing to me how I'm supposed to be guilty by having money. The media is saying that I am not entitled to the money I make, but someone else is entitled to the money I make. That's evil. That's foolishness. Entitlements are taken from me to give to somebody else. I am worried about the politicians who keeps telling me we're going to repeal and replace. We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. That's like saying we're going to end slavery, but what are we going to replace it with? I'm tired of illegal aliens demonstrating in my country, holding foreign flags, demanding I take care of them. I think that's evil. You don't have a right to my country. I don't care if you're doing the work I don't want to do, by the way. I don't care if you're acting like I don't want to have the right to do my thing. You're saying basically that you can break in my home. You're saying you can break in my house and wash my dishes. And I got to pay you for it. Because that's work I don't want to do. Let's take care of who we are, folks. Let's take care of who we are as a nation. Let's try to understand who we are as citizens. We are Americans. Let's stop being manipulated by the little black box on the wall. Let's stop letting them tell us who we are, how we react, who that's like. I heard in the paper a U.S. Air Force Academy was going crazy because some white boys put some racial slurs on the wall against the black guys that were in there. Are you joking? They're training these guys to be military officers, and you think they're stressed out because someone put a racial slur on a wall? That's what I'm worried about. These guys aren't worried about that stuff. They get ready to go to battle. They get ready to go to war. They care that somebody put a racial slur. Racial slur does not hurt me, folks. I'm a black man. I've been black all my life. I've been black every day I've been alive here. I've been called every name in the book. So what? I call names back. Let's stop letting them tell us who we are. It is time for Americans to establish and reestablish the American culture. We are Americans. We are indivisible. One nation under God. That's who we are. We the people. We the people of the United States. Not we the people of Mexico and the United States. Not we the people of Guatemala and the United States. Not we the people of Honduras and the United States. Not we the people who got across the border. We the people of the United States of America do establish and ordain this Constitution. We, the people, ordained it. And we created a monster. We knew it was a monster called the federal government. We knew that. And we put restrictions in every line, every sentence in the Constitution is a restriction on the government, not on you. There is nothing in the Constitution telling you cannot speak in church about politics, telling you when you cannot have a free speech zone. There is no sentence about you restricting your guns and what you're doing with your guns. So Americans, you Americans out there, are you tired of it? You had enough yet? Have you had enough of them look at you like you were an abandoned child? You get tired of trying to find a safe space against a name calling? The only power they have is calling you a name. All right, Americans, let's call ourselves a name. Free. This is Mason Weaver. Get my book, It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. Learn what's going on in this country. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm easy to find. Mason Weaver at masonweaver.com. I want to meet you. I want to talk to you. I do come out and speak occasionally. It is time we gather together. The people. The same folks that put a thrill of the King of England. The same people who saved Europe. The same people who saved Asia. The same people who went to the moon because they wanted to and it was there. Those folks. Where are you today? They're trying to take away your freedom. You're sitting back saying, okay, make me safe. The only safe place to be is next to a free American. God bless you. Stay right or be left. See you next time.